The the guest pitcher, the first pitch, might actually end up having to pitch in Kiwoom's bullpen today. So Joe Young Jin or Joe Young Gun on the mound, a 6.60 ERA. Uh he has started one game. He went 1.1 innings against Hanwha. Uh I can't expect much from him. He's got 15 starts in his career, 59 bullpen appearances. Uh yeah, he has not pitched well. He did pitch well against Lotte last year, though. He pitched in 2 games against Lotte last year. Gave up 0 runs, but only 3 innings between those two. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect. Obviously, he's a bullpen guy. He's getting a second start. He didn't start well in his first starts. Kiwoom only has one foreign pitcher. They went with 2 foreign bats with Puig who's injured now. Cardenas missed a lot of time with his wife's having a baby. Uh, a Hanwha legend Lee Yong-gyu in center field. He is a player coach, ladies and gentlemen. Center fielder and leadoff slash player coach for Kiwoom. But Wong Sung Bin will lead things off for Lotte and looks at strike one. And we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. 340 on the season. It's dropped since I saw him last. He was up at around 360. So, yeah, I mean, if you can, Cho Young Gun has pitched 5 innings in relief. Not bad. How are you, sir? As that misses outside, and it's 1-1. So he features 4 pitches. 66% of the time, he's going to throw his four-seam fastball about 140, 141 kilometers an hour. So he's not going to overpower you with a fastball. From there, he's got a forkball 14% of the time, a slider, and then a curveball, both around 9 to 10%. Yeah, he's a real player coach. They announced it a little bit ago. That is 2-1 now on the inside pitch. So the both center fielders leading off today. Yong Gyu played for LG and then played for Kia, then played for Hanwha, and then he's been in with Kiwoom forever. As the 2-1 is slapped foul, and it's 2-2. I think he might be the only one with a more famous wife than he is. His wife, a former actress, I think. His kid used to run around the stadium all the time. Back when he played with Hanwha, is the 2-2 slapped away, and it stays 2-2. Wong Sung Bin slapping away. Get that pitch count up. The most he's thrown when he pitched in 5 innings of relief, he only threw 57 pitches in those 5 innings, but he did give up 2 home runs in those 57 pitches. So here we go. The 2-2 pitch once again as it hits him in the leg, and he will be on base with a hit by pitch. Well, uh, that is not how you get guys out, sir. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you're supposed to not only make sure that they don't hit the ball, but you're also not supposed to hit them. All right, that's gonna bring in Go Sung Min. Are we gonna get a bunt? I mean, that would be super awesome if the first contact made was a bunt. All right, so 6 pitches already. That's not correct. Kim Min Soo and Kim Min Gyu is not correct, by the way. Let me fix that. There we go. That's fixed. Yeah, it's the same way with Wang and Mook. They just do not have good instincts, I guess. They just cannot get off quickly as that is in there for a strike and it's 0-1. This game is already taking forever, it feels like. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Go Sung Min. And checks over at first as he slides back in, and it's gonna set up for another one. Nine for 11 on stolen bases, 82% success rates. It is, man. Doesn't it feel like it? It really feels like it's just taken forever. We're 10 minutes in and it's already, 8 pitches. I mean, obviously it's I start about 5 or 6 minutes before the first pitch, but all right, the 0-2 pitch. All the way again, and it's still 0-2. Man, yeah, it's gonna be a long one. Yeah, Eonggu and Osun Jin. Man, can you tell me that the game is not gonna be amazing? Yeah, you definitely there. I'm almost still convinced that Lotte games don't use the pitch clock, as that is way up and in, almost hits him in the face, but he jumps out of the way, and it's 1-2 now. Yeah, like Lotte games just take like there's snail's paces. SSG usually has pretty fast games. LG usually has pretty fast games. Hanwha's super slow because they got to bunt 6 times a game. Same thing with KT. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that is crushed. That's going to go all the way to the wall. One hop and get stuck underneath the fence. And that will be a ground rule double, as it gets stuck at the bottom of the fence. And just like that, so they've got runners on second and third with nobody outs. Seventeen attempts to throw over to first on a guy that has 3 career stolen bases. I love it. It's a dome and the ball's still getting stuck underneath the fence. All right. Well, you got runners on first and second for Reyes, the all-time single season hit record holder for the KBO. Only hitting 320 on the season this year, though. He's 41 hits. He is working on beating his own personal best. And that's up high, 1-0. Probably. All righty, here comes the 1-0 pitch. And up high, it's 2-0. Can he get out of the first inning, ladies and gentlemen? Can he get out of the first inning? 194 in March, a 361 here in, there in April. We are now officially in May. It is a holiday in Korea today. As here comes the 2-0 pitch, fouled away, ball 3, but it's 2-1 now. KT's already up on 1-0. Kong Bae Ko with a solo shot on the top of the first. All righty, the 2-1 pitch up high, 3-1. Nasan Yup waiting on deck. He has turned out to have a fantastic season so far. Saw a bunch of Hanwha fans as I was driving to my apartment today, all hanging out in downtown with after the ball 4, after the rain canceled game. Well, we'll have the fourth hitter coming up with the bases loaded and no outs. Maybe he needs some looser pants. I think his pants are keeping him from being able to throw properly. I've never seen a league that wears skinny pants to play. That's actually a very smart bet. I know it's a Canadian, but that's like $7.50. But I feel bad if you didn't win. All right, Zanasung, yup, a 289 on the season has a chance for some RBIs, and the first pitch is grounded past the diving third baseman. One runner will come in, and the second run will also come in, and it's a quickly 2-0 on just the second hit of the day for Lotte. This is gonna be so much fun watching this game. Yeah, he's a big boy. I'm gonna have to go get my wired headphones 'cause my both sets of my AirPods are gonna run out of batteries. Is finally in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. All right, Yoon Dong Hee steps in at 289. He is or 286. He has been playing much better as he gets jammed and pops that one third baseman in the foul territory, and that will be the first out. A very ugly defensive swing there for the first outs, and that'll bring up Son Ho Young. Has he turned his season around after last year having a amazing season? He has not hit well this year. Last year he was hanging out in the two hole. All right. Son Ho Young, the third baseman, hitting 237 now, and that is low when it's 1-0. Lotte missing their great shortstop, leading the league in batting average, but was hit in the face the other day. He'll be out for a while. All right, little chicken wings that all the players love to do sets up right down the middle, and that is chopped foul, 1-1. 21 pitches already for the bullpen starter. Kiwoom is going to be making the trek back and forth to the mound quite a bit today. Yep, Kia and Hanwha both rained out. That is in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Yeah, I was going to do the Hanwha game, but since it was rained out, obviously I cannot. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that one is lifted, but will get out foul and almost hits one of the 7 Kiwoom fans in attendance. I didn't. All I saw was the replay. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch. Runners on first and second. the number 6 hitter up. And that is going to be another single past the shortstop. And Reyes will hold up over at third. And they've got the bases loaded once again. And that'll bring up the bat flip king of the KBO. Yeah, maybe he just finally gave up. He's like, it is not worth paying 10 grand a year to watch this team be awful. All right, it's a Junjunu. And that's up high, 1-0. Junjunu, a handful of Grand Slams in his career. I don't know how many, probably I would say 10. I'm going to say 10 Grand Slams in his career. I have no way of actually looking. I do, but that would take forever. All righty, here comes the 1-0. Sets up on the outside corner, and he pops it foul. Third baseman over, and that will be 2 away as he swings at a pitch up at his eyes. And they have 2 outs now. Both of them have been foul pop-ups on pitches way up at the zone or actually over their eyes. So 26 pitches now for him as he is working his way out of this second bases loaded jam of the inning. That brings up Hee-Ho Jun, who is taking over at shortstop. 276 on the season, but don't let that fool you. He is not a 276 hitter. All right, here we go. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Like I said, it's going to be a one. The thing is it's going to be a one-sided high-scoring game. Can Lotte score 10 so that Kiwoom gets 4? As here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And again, you got an absolute hole in the number 8 spot for Lotte. You think? These girls are doing their homework, creepily doing their homework. As the 0-2 looks at it right down the middle, and that's will be 1 away. You guys are gonna have to get a new some new signs because he is not it, girls. As we will go to the bottom of the first. It's only 2-0, which is surprising actually. The fact that it's only 2-0 when they had the bases loaded and nobody out, and bases loaded and 1 out. They strand 3 in the first inning here. 29 pitches for the Kiwoom bullpen starter. Yeonggu leads things off. Davison will head out onto the mound. Oh, Davison having a decent season on this so far. So Davison, 2.18 ERA in 6 games. That 2.18 ERA is actually kind of inflated. He had 1 game against Doosan where he only pitched 2.2 innings and gave up 3 runs. All of his other starts have been pretty good. His last 3 starts have all been victories. He's 3-0 on the season. It's come from his last 3 victories, or last 3 starts against NC. 6 innings, 101 pitches. Gave up 2 hits, struck out 7. Did walk 5 though. Then his next game, Samsung, 5 innings, 97 pitches, gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, no runs once again. And then also the Doosan game again. He had a repeat. The Doosan game is 6 innings, 93 pitches, 5 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, gave up 2 runs, both of them earned. So Yeah, I mean, he's pitched well. Lotte went out, they let go of Wilkerson, and they picked him up, and Eongyu looks it's a ball one up high, and it's 1-0. So Eongyu hitting a 500 on the season. That would be 2 for 4 for those of you counting at home. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher, an underhand toss into the dirts, and that will be one away. Not the prettiest of tosses there by the the big guy, but I guess it gets the out. All righty, here we go with Song Sung Moon, the Kiwoom Capitan, steps in, playing third base today. Is low. Thanks, awesome once again camera work by Spo TV. Not being able to actually see the pitch. 221 on the season. He is not having a good season after last year's much better season. Looks at strike one at the top of the zone, 1-1 now. So offense is down everywhere in the league this year. Again, last year, I am convinced they went back to an older baseball. It's the only way to explain the huge surge in offense last year is that is low, and it's 2-1. Uh, and then this year they went back to the old regular one. So Davison does struggle with walks a bit, as that is in there. Catches the inside corner. It's now 2-2. 17 walks in 33 innings. So a walk every other inning. Not what you want out of your starting pitcher. It is he's not pitching any games without walks is the big thing. He's giving up 2, 3, 4 walks every game he pitches. Does strike out enough, 29 strikeouts in those 33 innings, as that is slapped away by Song Sung Moon, and we keep it at 2-2. Uh, in his he has 4 road starts on the season. He pitches much better on the road. All 3 wins of his have been on the road. A 1.13 ERA on the road, as that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop picks it up, throws across, and that will be 2 away. So 23 strikeouts in 24 innings on the road, 12 walks, though. Again, that same 4.5 walks per 9 issue has only given up 3 runs in those 4 games, though. All right, Cardenas steps in. This is the first time I'm actually going to see him play, I believe, is that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. He was on paternity leave last time I streamed a Kiwoom game, I believe. Oh, he's not having a good April after a very, very hot start. He's hitting, I believe, 100 or 101 in the month of April. He is glad to see the calendar flip over, as he's already behind 0-2 now, though. Davison always wears like severely hemmed pants, though. Is a little strange to me, as that misses and it's 1-2. Against lefties, 321, righties, 250, submariners, and side armors, 125 on the season. And that misses way outside again, and it's 2-2. You can root for whoever you want, man. I root for the catcher. That's it. Only the catcher. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. That is going to be a little flare into center field, and that will be a 2-out single. And the perfect game and the no hitter are gone on one pitch. I'm still waiting to call my first no hitter. I've had a couple close ones, couple one hit games already this season.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Bonbolt. All right, Cheju Wan steps in a 299 on the season, and that is a strike one. That I was actually getting ready to say that. I always put him in the. I always put him in on the thumbnails because I love his song so much. He's had the same song even whenever he was with Doosan and with SSG or SK, whatever it was at the time. Is that has popped up, but will get out of play off of the Lotte dugouts, and it's 0-2. There was a no hitter this year, a combined no hitter. Just working on his fast twitch muscles there, guys. That is a lot of coffee at what time? It's 7 o'clock. And the 0-2 swing and a miss, and that will run through the side. We've got ourselves an absolute nail biter here, ladies and gentlemen, as Lotte will come up to bat in the top of the first. I wonder why it's always so delayed like that. With a 2-0 lead. We get a hit, but leave them on base. I really have, yeah. I've been at a no hitter in the KBO. I don't know when the last one is. I remember a couple years ago, SSG, their starting pitcher, had a perfect game on. He had a perfect game on opening day. Pitched 9 perfect innings, but the closer walked somebody in the 10th. And so the perfect game was no more. All right, let's see if I can figure this out again. Let's see. And he is still out there. Oh, Lotte will have the 9-1-2 coming up. Jung Bo Gun, Wang Sung Bin, and Go Sung Min as I try to get my calculations in order. All right, 29 pitches through the first inning for Jo Young Gun. Does have one strikeout as he struck out Iho Jun to finish that inning. So the Kiwoom fan has to sit the Lotte Kiwoom fan has to sit in between the Lotte and Kiwoom fan. I wonder if they had to have planned that, right? As the first pitch is a ball and it's 1-0. 260 on the season for Jung Bo Gun, the backup catcher. As Yugong Nam is on the bench today, as that is lifted, but it'll get foul and it'll be 1-1. Yeah, it's rain. It rained all day. Yeah, my I'm pretty sure my pants are still wet from the ride home. It wasn't raining whenever I rode home, but it rained until about 5 o'clock or so, or about 5:15 here in Daejeon, as that is outside and it's 2-1. And Kia has the worst field ever for managing water. I swear that if somebody just spells water, they ended up having to cancel the game. As the 2-1, did he go around? I think he did. No, he didn't. And it's 3-1. Lotte started with 4 straight base runners in the first inning, and they're looking to do the same here as the 3-1 pitch. And that is lifted, but got under it a little bit too much. Left fielder running in and under it, and 1 away. That'll flip the lineup back over to Wong Sung Bin. Oh, yes. Yong Byung, I believe is what it's called. Uh yeah, Yong Byung. It means mercenary. As here comes Wong Sung Bin in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch in the dirts, and it's 1-1. All right. The 1-1 misses way up high, and it's 2-1. 37 pitches already through 1.1 innings. When he pitched against Hanwha, he threw 31 pitches in 1.1 innings before he was relieved of his pitching duties. And a swing and a miss at ball 3, and it's 2-2. I think I thought MPB had a package that you could pay for, but maybe it's not in. I thought, yeah, I was almost positive they had a package, like a streaming package. As here comes the 2-2 pitch, that's going to be lifted into the air, right fielder over and under it, and that is 2 away. That brings up Go Sung Min. Well, what you meant to say was I wish I could watch Japanese baseball for free. All right, Go Sung Min steps in. He had a double and run scored back in the first inning, which was just last. And that is low. I thought it was pretty cheap. I thought it was a couple bucks a month or something like that. Because the Japanese yen is not doing well. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch number 41 for Jo Young-gu. As that is a lefted second baseman out into the outfield under it, and that will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3. Go the Lotte Giants, and we'll head to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 Lotte. Oh, a little bit better inning there from the young guy. Just 12 pitches there in the second inning. Brings his pitch count to 41. Tucker Davison sitting at just 16 in from his first inning. They'll have the number 5 hitter coming up, the absolute legend, stepping into the box. Nick, do you know if he has the same song? 16 pitches, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Oh, season wise, 2.18 ERA, 6 games, 3-0, 33 innings, a 20 or 217 batting average against, 29 strikeouts, 17 walks, 8 runs, all earned a 1.27 whip and 1 home run given up. That's all I have. I love it. We're watching a Kiwoom game, and a Nexon tire commercial comes on. Nexon was the old naming rights of the Heroes, but after Nexon had all kinds of shady dealings, they said no more. As Sun Jin steps in and looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Sun Jin having himself a season, ladies and gentlemen. 297 on the season, one home run. He had, I believe, last week alone, two walk-offs, or two game winners at least, as that is inside, and it's 1-1. See, I gotta look up what I said about Tucker Davidson is that's going to be a ground ball, second baseman over, steps, throws, and that is one away. See what my preseason thoughts were. All right. What did I say? Davison had amazing numbers at double A and triple A with the yeah, so I said he had really good numbers. Yeah. So Wong Sung Ju looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. As that catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2, a swing and a miss, and that's his second strikeout of the day. Is 2 away now here in the second inning. All three away teams today are up in the second inning so far. And a swing and a miss. 0-1. The felt looking. No, I have the different one. I have a different Heroes one. 2017, I believe. As the 0-1 is ripped to the third baseman, backhand steps, throw into the dirts, but scoop. And that will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3, go. The Kiwoom Heroes will go to the third inning. It's 2-0 Lotte. Yeah, so Kia's stadium opened in 2014. Samsung Stadium opened in 2016. NC's opened in 2021, I believe, or 2020. And then obviously Hanwha's opened this year. I have not actually gone to a game at the new Hanwha Stadium. I've been to every stadium in Korea. So Korea has, well, up until last year, they had 9 stadiums. I went to all of those. I've also been to Mokdong, which is the old stadium that Kiwoom used to play in years ago. I've also been to Ulsan, which is the second home for the Lotte Giants. I've been to Cheongju, which is the second home for Hanwha. I've also been to the old Masan Stadium, which is the old stadium for the NC Dinos. I've also been to a couple games in Sosan, which is the second league, the minor league team and home for Hanwha. So I have been everywhere basically. As the 320 hitting Reyes steps in, he walked in his last at bat. Looks at strike one, on the outside. So you're actually looking like if you look at the picture, this is me. I took this picture actually from the ground. I hate this stadium. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. As the 0-1 in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Or sorry, 1-1. I don't like it. It's bland. It's gray. It's the sight lines are awful. It's not a baseball stadium. It was designed as a multi-purpose stadium with baseball as the main thing played in it. I just do not like it at all. I don't like it. Swing and a miss there from Reyes. Getting to it, it is at a subway stop that is not near anything. When you get in and out of the subway, you just have this like long corridor, and I feel like I'm at like a walking down a cattle chute going to slaughter. As the 1-2 pitch for Reyes sets up right down the middle, and he hits it right back up the middle. Oh Sung Jin, a diving catch, the throw, not in time. And he legs out the infield single. Showing away the speed. Well, maybe we're going to have a replay here. Yeah, he's safe. Not a good scoop over there by Cardenas. Not a great throw by Osung Jin. But yeah, he's easy safe. Uh I would I mean, I would say Hanwha Stadium, it's the newest, it's the most MLB like. Uh Everybody loves Jamshil. I hate Jamshil. I hate the things I hate about Jamshil is the fact that getting into the stadium takes forever. For 23,000 people, they have like three entrances. It's annoying. It's difficult to get into the game. I don't like it. Also don't like Jamshil because whenever you're walking around, it's the same thing with this dome. When you're walking around, you can't watch the game, as that is outside, and it's 1-0. I hate stadiums that don't have open concourses. I really do. I think they're absolutely poor design to not have an open concourse for a sporting event. It just does not make any sense. As here comes the 1-0, and that is outside 2-0. Yeah. Everybody loves Jamshil. They're like, oh, it's a great experience. Well, that's because it's in the middle of Seoul. It's not the stadium. What's up, Alan? They're only down by one. No, they don't. I don't like it. It's the oldest stadium now. 1982 is when it was made. As Nasung Yup fouls that away, and it's 2-1. But they're gonna have a new stadium, a new dome in I think 2032. Trying to find the positives, Alan. All right, pitch number 49 already for Joe Young Gun as he fouls that away or pops that up. Sorry, as that is going to be one away. He has gotten himself some pop ups, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually really surprised at the amount of pop ups. So in the first inning, two of his three outs were foul pop ups to the third baseman. His last inning, he had a pop up to the second baseman. This inning, now he's got another pop up to the second baseman. Getting a lot of when he does get outs it's been these big pop ups as a little pitch com issue, I guess. All right, Yoon Dong Hee is fouled up or popped up in foul territory on his first at bat at a pitch way up in the zone, way up and in as he stepped into the bucket to foul that one off. And here comes his first pitch here. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and the second baseman misses it, and Reyes is going to head to third on the air on the second baseman. He was turning two before he ever grabbed the ball. And Kiwoom doing the Kiwoom thing. Air number one on the day. Perfect double play. The second baseman overruns it and then sticks his glove back, but misses it. It just he picked up his glove to make the play before he ever fielded the ball. Surprised they called that an error since he didn't touch it and he had to move. He had to move 2 steps. All righty, here we go. Runners on the corner now, as that's going to be ripped right at the third baseman. A 5-4-3 double play ends the inning, and they make it past the air. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Lotte. Whoever had the over is kicking themselves right now. They love to leave them on, ladies and gentlemen. Love to leave them on. And the crazy thing is he only threw 10 pitches that inning. So he threw 29 in the first inning, 12. Son-Ho Young. Son-Ho Young? Well, I mean, the issue, yeah, he's 9th in the league in double plays. That's his 4th double play he's hit into. 9th in the league. Last year, where was he? He was not even there. Last year, he hit into 6 double plays on the entire season. This year, he's already hit into 4. All right. Looks like Kiwoom will have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up and the bottom of the third here. Ba, 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 da, da. Oh. I haven't seen, I've been waiting for the green Kiwoom uniform. I'm still waiting for it. All right, Davison. First pitch is ball 1. And it's 1-0. Song Ji-hoo getting his first at-bat of the season. That's going to be a ground ball. Goes foul. Heads up play there for Son-Ho Young, as there was a 0 chance. So Song Ji-hoo getting his first starts, his first at-bat, his first action in the first league on the season. He has a batting average of nothing. He has more errors than he has at-bats on the season. Did have 1 at-bat last year. 0 for 1, but did score a run. So he was in 2 games last year. As here comes the 1-1 pitch way, way, way outside, and it's 2-1. Yeah, my shirt looks the same as that. My pink Kiwoom Heroes uniform is that's going to be to the third baseman. Throws, and that's will be 1 away. Hard hit. It swallowed him up, but he was able to recover and throw across the diamond. Nice, solid defense there. Putting the hand over it to make sure it doesn't pop out on that hard hit ground ball. And here we go. And brings up Lee Hyung Jung, who looks at strike one, and it's 0 1. 182 on the season for the right fielder. You know it's not a good year offensively when your right fielder is batting in the 9 spots, as that is fouled away, and it's 0 2. Just looking at this lineup, does not strike fear, minus the 2, 3, 4 hitters. I guess you could say Oh Sun Jin on the season, but yeah, the Kiwoom offense is not good, and the Kiwoom defense is not good, as that is upstairs, and it's 1 2. My preseason thoughts on Kiwoom were not very nice. We'll just put it that way. As the 1 2 is fouled away, and it stays 1 2. Kiwoom didn't have bad starting pitching last year with the 4th best team ERA and tied for the 3rd best whip. The bullpen, on the other hand, was a different story with the worst bullpen ERA, 2nd worst bullpen whip. Offensively, they weren't any better with the worst average and OPS, as that is going to be running down as Yoon Dong-hee makes the catch right at the line, and that will be 2 away. Flips the lineup back over to Lee Young-gyu, and quickly 2 away. I said they had the 2 leaders of the staff for in 2024 are both back for Kiyoom. But unfortunately, they're not actually on the Heroes team. And I have no idea why that is. As Lee Young-gyu looks at ball 1 down on the low, and it's 1 0. I said this year they are probably hoping to not finish below 400. They are currently at 333, as that is low also, and it's 2 0. They are bad and they have no signs of life. That's what happens when you have 3 guys in the MLB. And that just catches the bottom of the zone. Probably not a strike last year, but with the lowered zone, he gets a piece. And Davison working hard. Try not to walk Lee Young-gyu. Lee Young-gyu will probably steal a base. Despite the fact that he's 40 something, he still has some speed left in those legs. Is the 3-1 in there for a strike, and it's 3-2. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all celebrate our first full count of the day. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It took us all the way to 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd before we got a full count. So that might be a KBO record. All righty, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he walks him. And these KBO announcers are super stoked about a walk. First walk is what that is. Okay. You'd think that it was a 3-run shot to take the lead at the late in the game with the amount of excitement they had for that walk. All right. Sung Sung Moon steps in. He looks at a pitch coming on the outside and a swing and a miss as he missed his spot badly. Butts over at the eyes, and he swung on it. 220 on the season for Song Sung Moon. He grounded into a 6-3 put out in his first at bats, 0 for 1 on the day. Young-gyu again has some speed over at first base. Will they try Jung Bo Gun? And that's misses low, and it's 1-1. I think Nick, you were saying that they fired like all the cheerleaders or something. Redid the whole staff for Kiyoom. That was the 1-1 pitch, and that is fouled away, and it's 1-2. What they need right here is a good bunt. Yeah, there's 2 outs and there's 2 strikes, but that would just catch them off guard that much more. After the start of the season. Wow. I wonder if they were hanging out with the players after. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. As that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop scoops it up, steps on the bag, and that will be 3 away. They leave another one on. They've left 2 on, and they're down 2-0 as we go into the 4th inning. Lotte sitting pretty. Yeah, I mean, if they fired a bunch of them in the middle of the season, that's got to be what it was. Because I know they have very strict rules. Like they are not allowed to, uh, like interact really with the players. They don't take the team buses wherever they go. They take usually someone drives. Maybe they take the subway, but the whatever what do you call that thing? The train. That's what I was trying to say. They probably take the train, something like that. I remember years ago, I want to say I heard that one of the Hanwha cheerleaders had to quit because she got pregnant from the bullpen catcher or something like that. And I'm just speaking of what I heard from people. Nothing confirmed. No names being named. Yeah. It was actually one of the more popular Hanwha cheerleaders from what I believe. All right. So we've got to the top of the 4th here. Joe. Wow. A sellout crowd. First sellout of the crowd, I believe, for the season. Yeah. He's working on a new sign, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. As here we go. Jun Janu looks at ball 1 on the inside. Well, it's also a holiday. I wonder how many people are off tomorrow too to give themselves a 6-day holiday. That one is lifted into the gap. That is going to go all the way to the wall, and 1 hop into it. He's going to hang out at second, and he will have himself a leadoff double. 5th hit of the day for Lotte as they want to put some more runs on the board. I like the again. I like the chanting songs. I hate every foreigner song pretty much because they just say their names. That's it. They never talk about the game. It's just like, here's your name, here's your name, here's your name, here's your name. All right, Iho Jun steps in, looks at a strike 1, and it's 0-1. Struck out to looking in his first at bats with the bases loaded in the 1st inning. 267 on the season for the shortstop. And he's taken back over at shortstop after the hit by pitch to the current big guy. That is just foul, and it's 0-2. Thought it might have sneaked in, but it did not. And he's on time. Super awesome singing, yeah. I'm a legend at karaoke. I only sing baseball songs. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he pops him up as that will get foul. Will anybody run it down? Nope. That makes it 0-2 still. That's what I need. I need to start a karaoke room, like a business, right outside of sports facilities, and have the team songs available. Have the player songs. Who's in? Nick, you in with me? Kenny, you in with me? All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch once again. There we go. As that is one away. We've all got F visas. We're set, man. All right, now one out. Jungbo Gun. Is it? I wonder if we could set it up so that it also grades your dance skills, like a just dance thing, but also for vocals. All right, the Jungbo Gun steps in, and that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. That'll move the runner over to third base, but they've got two away now. Yeah, man. Man, best ideas ever coming through the stream. Hopefully, nobody pulls that through, or at least gives me some a percentage. I'll take 6.7% per commission on that super awesome idea. Normally, I'd take 67, but that might be a little too much. As Wong Sung Bin steps in, 2 outs now, runner over at third. He is 0 for 1 on the day, hit by pitch, run scored, and a fly out to a right as he fouls it into his leg once again. He takes an absolute beating as he has that, I want to say, loopy swing. It is not a direct to the path type of swing. It is a loopy swing. And his swing is often catches him falling towards first base, so he leaves that inside. He leaves those insteps very, very vulnerable. Gets himself a little bit more of the spray pine tar. All right, now we're gonna ready to play. 337 and now on the season for the center fielder. Surprising that Yoon Dong Hee played center last year. Now Wong Sung Bin is in center. As here comes the 0-1. He tries to drop down the bunts, but misses, and it's 0-2 now. Kim Tae-young does not look. Kim Tae-hyung, I believe is his name. The Lotte manager does not look pleased as he missed the bunt. Little head roll. Deep sigh, talking to himself. And there we go. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, and that's going to be a ground ball back up the middle. Oh Sung Jin picks it up, throws, and he is safe. A head first slide and an infield single. Oh Sung Jin took way, way too long to get rid of that ball. And that puts Lotte up 3-0. That was the longest developing throw for a guy that is really fast. Again, I don't get this infatuation with the headfirst slide by these young Korean players. All right, runner over at first now. Go Sung Min as they check over on him and slides back in. Mo Sun Jin just took forever to get rid of that ball. And it wasn't a particularly close play either. All right, here comes the first pitch to Go Sung Min. 1 for 2 on the day. Nope, we're going to have another throw over to first. A double and a run scored back in the first. A pop up to the second baseman to end the second. Oh, 1 for 2 for the second baseman in the 2 spot in the lineup. Up high, 1-0. 62 pitches now for Joe Young Gun. That is easily the most he's thrown on the season. His most he's thrown is 57 pitches, and that was in relief. Yeah. He's actually, in his last 2 appearances, he threw 61 pitches total. So he's already thrown more than he threw in his last 2 games, as that is up high, and it's 2-0. Don't imagine he goes much farther in this game. Here we go. The 2-0 pitch sets up on the outside. At least he should. There we go. Sets up on the outside. Checks over on Wong Sung Bin once again. That's what they're yelling, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, the 2-0 misses upstairs again. And just like that, a 3-0 pitch. Why does the dirt look like mud? They're playing indoors. All right, here comes the 3-0 pitch. And just catches the top of the zone. 3-1 now. Really digs his fingers in for that forkball. You can see a lot of the pitchers doing this before as they're getting ready to set up. They're setting up their forkball. And that is a popped foul as he was going. And now it's 3-2. Another full count. First full count of the day for Lotte, though. 4th inning, 2 outs. Top of the 4th with 2 outs is the first full count. Kenny, you could have said because the dome leaks and the ground got over wet, and I would have believed you. All right, here comes pitch number 67. The most important pitch of the day is Cardenas is giving Wong Sung Bin plenty of room over there at first. He will definitely be going. And the throw is way up high, and they've got runners on first and second now. And Reyes will step in. Davison has got to be loving this, just hanging out in the dugouts. She seems very pleasant. All right, are we gonna? Nope. We've got a pitching change. Apparently, they don't even show the pitching coach coming to the mound. So we'll have a pitching change So surprisingly, ladies and gentlemen, he didn't make it all the way through 3 and 2/3 innings. Yoon Sung Won will come in to take over. I'm sure the manager was like, "Hey, you didn't throw a strike for pitch number 67, so we're gonna take you out of the game." I'm almost positive that was the conversation that was had. All right. Yeah, the KT Doosan game is 1-1 in the top of the top of the fifth already. And then the Samsung SSG game is 2-1 SSG, and they're in the bottom of the second, or sorry, bottom of the fourth with a runner on second. So both of the other games are ahead of this game as expected. A Usually an 11 inning game by any other team would probably finish before a regular 9 inning Lotte game. As Young Sung Won steps on 11.42 ERA, 0-1 on the season, 11 games, 17 1/3 innings. No, I did not. As I saw that they said something about injuries, but I didn't actually read the article. Yep, switching sides as he's now from the right side is in the dirts. Knots go to third. 1-1. Reyes again. Reyes, Rojas, and Ijuan, I believe, or Kim Juan, the shortstop for NC, I think are the only three switch hitters left in the league. There are some pitchers that claim to be switch hitters. So that is going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throws over to first, and that will be 3 away. Comes in and gets the outs. Lotte leaves 2 more on the bases. They've left 6 on already. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0. Lotte. Another 2 left on. Make sure I'm double checking all of my stuff here. Davison sitting nice. Really, I mean, at this point, 43 pitches through 3 innings. He's not really had to rush back out as uh, Lotte's only gone 1, 2, 3 once, and that was in the second inning. So the the second inning for Kiwoom was also a 1, 2, 3, then a walk in the third. So the most they've sent up for 1 inning has been 4 batters. Is Kiwoom is 0 for 2 on the day with runners on base. They're 1 hit and they're 1 walk. And from there, nothing else has happened. So Davison back out there for obviously the bottom of the fourth. 43 pitches so far. Cardenas steps in. So he'll have the 3, 4, 5 hitters, and that is, I don't know. There we go, a ball. The ABS system didn't show anything on this little screen is Cardenas is the owner of the one Kiwoom hit. That's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman over, grabs, throws, and that's will be one away. Oh, Chejuan steps in. He struck out in his first at bats. 0 for 1 on the day. Just 2 strikeouts for Davison so far today. And that catches the outside corner, and it's 0 1. 297 on the season for today's DH. Plays DH and also first base. He used to be a second baseman for years with Doosan. That is low, and it's 1 0. Or sorry, 1 1. 안녕하세요. Hello, Kingdom. I don't know if you're speaking English or Korean, so that is in there for a strike, and it's 1 2. Ah, ma, ma, ma. That definitely went around on that one, and that's going to be his second strikeout of the day. That's Davison's third strikeout of the day, and we will have 2 outs now with the number 5 hitter, Oh Sun Jin, stepping into the old box. Excellent call by the home plate umpire. He didn't really challenge Chejuan, didn't challenge that much. Oh Sun Jin steps in, looks at ball 1, 1 0. Oh Sun Jin, a 4-3 ground out to lead off the second inning. Do you live in Busan? That misses low. 2 0. She has the Busan. I'm sure Grandma and Grandpa, the Kia fans, love that. As the 2-0 misses, almost hits him. 3 0. Kingdom, are you a foreigner or a Korean? And that catches the outside corner, making it to 3 1. And the 3 1. Now we've got our full count, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody celebrates. Kenny, is that your burner account? As that one is lifted, right fielder Yoon Dong-hee over, grabs it, and that will be 3 away. We'll head to the 5th inning. It's 3-0 Lotte. 그래서 근데 왜 대구 사는데 왜 롯데 팬이에요? Oh, let's see. Who's going to be stepping in? Be the number 4 hitter for Lotte. Well, actually, last year Jungguram was supposed to be a player coach. 네. 알겠습니다. Yeah, I'm very 아니요, 잘 못하고. 저 하기는요. Yeah, the Yeah, Jungwoo was supposed to be a player coach last year, but only played in the very last game, his final game or whatever. I have his ball there from the little festivities. All right, here we go. Top of the fifth inning, Yoon Sung Won back out on the mound for Kiwoom. He'll face Na Sung Yup, and that misses, and it's 1-0. Na Sung Yup 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBI single back in the first. No, he played for SK and then for Hanwha as the 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1-1. All my all my kids are like, all my students are always like, "Oh, I love Hanwha. I love the Eagles." I was like, "I don't care." As that is ripped as Cardenas catches that liner, and that will be one away. The which show? 어떤 쇼 봤어요? Alrighty, here we go. Yoon Dong Hee steps in. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Ooh, in the dirt. 네, 네. 어제 어떤 어제 KT 대 두산 방송했어요. 매일 다른 경기 해요. 네. That is ripped into the side, and it's a 1-1. Alrighty, the 1-1 pitch, 2-0-2. Yoon Dong Hee runs inside, and it's 2-1. 이번 주말 어떤 어떤 팀을 봐요? 네. 그래서 all right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss there. A big swing from Yoon Dong Hee, and it's 2-2 now. 내일 두산 대 삼성, 토요일 한화 대 키아, 일요일 SSG 대 LG. 네, 매일 중계 방송해요. And here comes the 2-2 pitch in the dirts, and it's 3-2. Loving another full count, loving another full count. Doo-da, doo-da. 감사합니다. As that is lifted up into left field, left fielder under its end, 2 away. 네, 제 생각은 KBO는 영어 지원 없어요. 그래서 영어로 중계 방송하면 국제 시청장 볼 수 있어요. As Son Ho Young steps in, and that's in there for strike, and it's 0-1. All right, the 246 on the season. Son Ho Young, a single in the first inning, a 5-4-3 double play in the the third, and fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. And 영어 배우고 있는 한국 사람도 볼 수 있어요. 영어로 or 영어 배울 수 있어요. Is that is low and it's 1 and 2. Anyone wondering on what I said, there's no English support, so I'm broadcasting with English so that international people can understand the KBO. And then I said uh, Koreans who are learning English can also watch, as that is fouled away, and it's 1 and 2. Try if I speak Korean, I'll try to translate what I'm saying. They're not. I mean, well, you've already got two teams or four teams that aren't playing straight, and then Saturday is supposed to be more rain. So I mean, you know, and the 1-2 fouled back, and it stays 1-2. I'm surprised that they don't let them for like. I think it's good because these teams need to learn to play. Let's just face it. The Monday off day. I know the players love the Monday off day. I've talked to some players that is fouled into his foot, and so I've talked to some former KBO pitchers, some foreign KBO pitchers, and I asked them what they thought about the day off, and they said they love it. They said they love having the day off to like rest, and they say it's great. Obviously, doesn't help in the MLB or whatever, but that is fouled away again, and it's once again 1-2 pitch coming up. I don't know, like 9 straight days, 9 straight games. It's only going to be for a couple teams that are going to play those. As the 1-2 is grounded, third baseman backhands it, throws across the diamond, and 1, 2, 3. Go. The Lotte Giants will go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 3-0. Lotte. Lotte. Lilo and Stitch. Anybody gonna go watch that? The Lilo and Stitch movie? No, 19 pitches. 20 pitches. It'd be 20 pitches. No, coming up for Kiwoom is gonna be the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Thunderbolts. What's the Thunderbolts? I have no idea what are the Thunderbolts. Oh, okay. I'm trying. I think the last movie I went to see was maybe Wonka. I don't go into movies very much. Yeah, except for the pictures. That's the issue is these the pitchers are so focused and so heavily focused on throwing hard that they never really develop. I feel like they don't develop the muscles for it. As that is a attempted bunt by Wong Sung Ju, and it's gonna be 0-1. Yeah, obviously with American football, yeah, like one game a week. And I know that some players absolutely hate Thursday games, as that is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And they hate Saturday games also. They really hate Sunday game, and then you have to play the next week on Thursday. Here comes the 0-2 pitch in the dirts, and it's 1-2. Only 58 pitches so far for Davison working efficiently, just has the one walk and the one hit, both of them with 2 outs. As that misses outside, and it's 2-2. All right, the 2-2, and that's going to be chopped foul, and it stays 2-2. 60 pitches now for Davison. If Davison can go 7 innings, that will be massive for Lotte. With the struggles of the bullpen in last night's game, they ended up having to bring in the closer as they couldn't get any outs. And the 2-2 catches him looking, his second strikeout of the day. That is Davis's fourth, and one away now in the bottom of the fifth. Again, Pak Seung didn't pitch well yesterday, 5 innings from him. Then Jung Hyung Soo pitched 1 inning. So they're sitting nice, but then the bullpen just, the bullpen gave up 6 runs to make the game close. And they really were struggling to get outs as that first pitch is in there for a strike to Kim Dong-hun, the catcher. And that is ball 1, 1-1 now. 5-3 ground out in his first at bat into the old third inning. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. And ripped the diving stop by the third baseman, though, and that will be 2 away. Kiwoom just cannot get a break today as the diving stop there. And it's 2 away. That'll bring up Song Ji-hoo. And he looks at the ball 1 in the dirts. What is their batting average or batting average with balls in play? Lotte leading the league. Kiwoom at 296, as that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. And he has got his first hit of his career. Ladies and gentlemen, his first ever hits, as I'm sure he'll want to keep that ball. 0 for 1 last year. He is 0 for the 1 today, but that there will be his first ever career hits in the KBO. And we'll see what kind of speed he has. As there we go. We've got to the number 9 hitter. Lee Hyung Jong steps in, as that is in the dirts, and it's a 1-0. Both pitchers throwing balls for pitch number 67. That is unheard of. I would like to start this game back over. Lee Hyung Jong working on his facial hair. You got to hand it to him. Anytime a Korean tries something with facial hair, as that is fouled straight back, and it's 1-1. Not often do you see anyone in any Koreans with facial hair. Very uncommon. And a swing and a miss on that beautiful curveball, and it's 1-2.
감사합니다.
Thank you, thank you. What is that? Big gate chip? Great chip? I can't read that. All right. Ow, that hurt. Here comes pitch number 70, and the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2. 2-2 pitch. You got to wonder if he is going to put him in motion now. I would, but again, I'm a better manager than most of the dugouts of in the KBO. All right, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Do they put him in motion? They do not, and he rips it foul, and it'll stay 2-2. Checking the bat to make sure it's not broken. A little tap it, tap it, tap, tap, tap it, tap. Alrighty, here comes the 2-2 pitch. 2 outs, runner over on first, and a swing and a miss. He was walking off before he ever swung. He knew he was going to get the strikeouts, as that leaves another one on base. They left all 3 runners on. We'll go to the 6th inning. It's time to take a little break, though, or refill your beverages, whatever you got to do. I'll see you in a few. All right, so we're back. Just about back. So elsewhere around the league, KT and Doosan tied at 1, bottom of the 6th, 1 runner or a runner on first, no out for Doosan. The other game, SSG and Samsung. SSG's up 2-1, but Samsung in the top of the 6th. They've got runners on first and second with nobody out. So both teams, both Samsung, who's losing, and is threatening, is Pak Yoon Sung, now out on the mound, 5.40 ERA, 0-3 on the season, 1 save, but 2 holds, 13 innings or 13 games, 11 2/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, 4 walks, 285 batting average against, and a 1 point. What is it? I think it's at 1.5 5.5 whip. I think that's what it said. I'm gonna go with that. As that is in there for a strike too. And the number 7 hitter, Jun Janu, 1 for 2 on the day. He had himself a double and a run scored in his last at bat back in the 4th inning. Jun and a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Does have one of the best songs, the old school songs. You know, it's a good singing, a cheering song, not a catchy like a chanty. Dun, dun, dun. And here comes the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. He went around. The pitcher is gonna have to grab it and tag him out. Wow, what a play by the pitcher! As the catcher is amazed. I do not think I have ever seen that in my entire life. I do not think I have ever seen that in my entire life. The catcher, the batter swings at strike 3. The catcher blocks it, but it bounces out in front of the mound. The catcher can't find it. The pitcher quickly off the mound scoops it up and tags the runner. That is the first time I have ever seen that before. As now we've got a ball one way up high, and it's 1-0 to Iho Jun. Iho Jun 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking in his first at bat and flew out to right in his second at bat. And the 1-0 pitch here catches the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Samsung now with the bases loaded and nobody out on the top of the 6th. And here comes the 1-1 outside at 2-1. Kiwoom has the lowest payroll. They have the least amount of coaches. They have the youngest team. They have the the team with the least amount of money. As again, they are not owned by a corporation. They are the only team that's not owned by a corporation. As the 2-1 is fouled away, and it's 2-2. Kiwoom is owned by an individual. I don't know the name of the individual. They had a bunch of issues with fraud and embezzlement and a bunch of scandals, which is why Nexon no longer has the naming rights. They have had lots of problems in the history of this team. As here comes the 2-2, that misses low, and we've got ourselves a full count. Lots of issues. Again, they were the Uri Eagles, which is a big bank here in Korea, but they ran into problems with not paying for something and became the Seoul Heroes instead of a team. And then they became the Nexon Heroes, and then now the Kiwoom Heroes. These teams just have the naming rights, basically, as that is fouled away, and we'll keep a 3-2 count here. Their old owner tried to scam out one of the partial owners, I believe, and ended up in prison, and he wasn't allowed to manage or wasn't allowed to do anything with the team. But the manager or the GM was sneaking in to visit the owner, and then he was forced to sell the rest of the team or something. As the second baseman is under that as the pop fly in the infield, and that is 2 away. So lots of scandals around this team. You have Jong Kong Ho, the former Jung Kong Ho, Kong Jung Ho, the former Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop who had a bunch of troubles with DUIs. They had tried to have him come back. Obviously, they signed Addison Russell, who had his issues in the States, as that runs inside. And it's a 1-0. Their best pitcher, Anu Jin, was got in trouble for bullying in high school, and that's why he couldn't be on the actual Olympic team or the Team Korea. So he had to serve his military duty. He'll be done with that in September. Then some other issues along the lines is just a litany of issues with this team. As here comes the 1-1, and that is a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. They also they are the I would say the smallest. Well, they're now that they have the smallest stadium, but not only do they have the smallest stadium, but they have I would say the smallest fan base. But their tickets are the most expensive in the league. As Seoul owns the stadium, so they charge a lot for tickets so that they can pay for the rental of the stadium too. As the 1-2 is fouled back and it stays 1-2. Little history lesson for you there on a nice Thursday evening, Labor Day here in Korea. Most people were off work. I say most because I was not. Had to go teach the youth of Korea. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be lifted into center field. Young-gyu grabs it, and that will be 3 away. 1-2-3 once again. Little issues on the SPO TV broadcast as it is the strike zone is flickering, and that again will be the end of the top of the sixth. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Kiwoom looking to try to get something going offensively. They've had 3 base runners. They've all been left on base though, and so they've had a single with 2 outs. The next batter, obviously, outs. They've had a walk with 2 outs. The next batter, an out. And then they had a single, and the next batter was an out. So they've had 3 base runners, all with 2 outs, and all stuck over at first base. They have yet to get a guy to reach second base. No runners in scoring position today for Kiwoom. We'll have the top of the lineup trying to get something started here in the sixth. As Davison back out there, 72 pitches for him through his first 5 innings. He normally he's going to throw 90 to 100 pitches. He did throw 112 in one game. Immediately after that, he did not pitch well, though. Wow, what happened? Bases loaded, down by 1, bases loaded, nobody out, and they score 0 runs. Ooh, Samsung is doing things that only the best teams do. They cannot score. 네. 저기 근데 검은색 and then 다른 방에서 흰색 유니폼 있어요. As that first pitch to Young-gyu is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. That is anybody else? Any of you that are watching on Soup Live or whatever, is anybody else having issues with their little strike zone at the bottom? It's showing like a black. Actually, now it looks like it's fixed. Yeah, now it's fixed. That is low, and it's 2-1. 네, 여기 Kiwoom Heroes 아니요. 근데 이거 and that is 1 away. Fly out to left field for anybody looking. He is now 0 for 3 on the day. 0 for 2. That brings up a Song Moon. Dong Sung Moon 0 for 2 on the day. And that misses low. 1-0. 77 pitches now for Davidson. Song Sung Moon, a 218 on the season, a 6-3 ground out, and a ground out taken by the shortstop, but that's going to be a fly ball to Yoon Dong Hee over in right field, and 2 away. 네. 근데 한국에서 못 사요. 근데 아 다른 다른 나라 밖에 못 사요. 에, 제가 한국 굿즈 샵 없어요. And the first pitch to Cardenas is fouled, and it's 0-1. Down below the zone, but still swinging at it. Cardenas is still struggling. 1 for 2 on the day, though. He has the first hit for Kiwoom back in the first inning, but obviously, again, was stranded over at first. Fouls that away, and it's 0-2. Have some other hats up here. Here's Landers hats. And then LA San Diego Korean series or Seoul series. 제가 Cardinals 팬이에요. 근데 Hyundai Unicorns 옆에 Cardinals. And the 0-2 is outside. 1-2. 모든 팀 유니폼 있어요. Lotte 유니폼도. Alrighty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. And outside again, and it's a 2-2. 항상 홈팀 유니폼 입어요. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And he pops him up, but it gets out of play, and it'll stay 2-2. 네, 모든 경기장 갔어요. 근데 이 사진, 화면 사진이 제가 찍었어요. And here comes the 2-2, swung at it in the dirt, and that will be strikeout number 6, out number 3, and we'll go to the 7th inning. It's Lotte 3, Kiwoom 0. 근데 이거 오랫동안 한화 시즌권 있는 사람. 이거. 네. 근데 2018년부터 한화 시즌권 있는 사람이에요. 올해 같이. Davis now, what's he sitting at? 84. I assume he'll be back out. 코로나 전에 자주 2018년 모든 경기장 방문했어요. 잠실, 문학, 고척, 울산, 사직, 마산, 광주, 대구, 한화, 근데 어떤 수원, 네, 모든 경기장 방문했어요. All right, so Lotte will have the top of the lineup coming up. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th inning. We'll see who Kiwoom has out on the mound. Nope, we'll have a new pitcher. Yoon Hyun will take over on the mound for Kiwoom. Oh, 4.40 ERA. 1-1 on the season, 7 games, 14 and a third innings. 209 WHIP though. All righty, here we go. Wong Sung Bin, top of the 7th inning. Runs inside, and it's 1-0. Or 0-1, sorry. Did actually catch the inside corner there. Average is dropping down. Actually, he was a single in his last at bat as he lifts that one into center field. Lee Young-gyu under it, and that will be one away. That brings up Go Sung-min, a double and a double English. Double run scored in his first at bats. A pop up to the second baseman in his seconds. Walked in his last at bat. And that misses up way high, and it's 1-0. 진짜요? Yeah, I get. I told you they needed to save some runs as that misses inside or catches inside, and it's 1-1 now. Go Sung-min again, 1 for 2 on the day. He was the last base runner they had, and he's gonna slap that to left field, but that is 2 away now. Will look like he might have lost it a little bit. 새로운 대전 새로운 야구장 가는데 개막식만 봤어요. 경기 아직 안 봤어요. I changed that, but maybe not. All right, 2 outs now for Reyes. Back over to hitting left-handed, and he looks at to strike one in there, and it's 0-1. And then the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 포항 말고 모든 1군 야구장 방문했어요. That's outside 1 and a 2. I don't know who that is. It does not look Korean. And here comes the 1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs, a 3-0 counts. Again, the last Lotte hit was the infield single by Wong Sung Bin. The RBI single is going to be strikeout number 3 looking. That will end the top of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-0 Lotte. We are at least moving this game right along. If they're not going to score any, at least they're making it 1, 2, 3s. As yeah, I mean, good Lord, just nobody seems to be wanting to hit today. And I'm not going to say that it's because of the pitching. I'm not going to say that at all. So we've got to the bottom of the 7th. Kiwoom will have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. That'll be Cheju-won, Oh Sun-jin, and Won Sang-ju. Elsewhere around the league, man, it's a low-scoring day. Doosan just took the lead 3-1 against KT. In the bottom of the 6th, how did they do it? Looks like a 2 RBI double by Kim Jae-won. SSG just added another run in the bottom of the 6th after 3 straight singles. Go Myung Jun gets the RBI single. Lots of lots of movement in that inning as looks like Samsung is was not starting Gu Jauk or Kang Min Ho. Yeah, but now they've got to have a bullpen that gets 9 outs. So, Alan, can they do that? 9 outs from Doosan's bullpen. All righty, Davison is still out there. Only 84 pitches. He has worked through pretty effortlessly today as Che Juan first pitch is fouled away and he almost falls down. And it's 0-1. Che Juan averaged down to 294 on this season. He struck out in his first at bat in the first. He struck out in his second at bat in the fourth. 0 for 2 and looks at a strike one at the bottom of the zone there, and he is down 0-2 once again. Willie, he's got a left-handed batter, a left-handed pitcher. They're going to go outside. They set up way outside, and he misses low, and it's 1-2. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Che Juan gets ready. And that is low again. It's 2-2. 6. Oh, they got 3 outs real quick. Their ninth inning should be fine. Kim Tae-kyun should be pitching that as the 2-2. That's going to be lifted, and that's going to be a single. This is the first time they have had somebody on base without 2 outs, ladies and gentlemen. Is this going to be the time where they put it together? Leadoff hits by Che Juan, their third hit of the day. They've got a runner on first with Oldney, the number 5 hitter, coming up. That shouldn't bump him back up to 300 on the season. He was 299 coming into the season. As they're gonna try to, are they gonna try to pinch run for him? No, they are not. Again, his run doesn't really mean much. Davison at 89 pitches now. Oh-Sun Jin steps in. He is again having a resurgence on the offensive side as that miss just catches the inside, and it's 0-1. Oh-Sun Jin, one of the worst offensive hitters in the league in his career. Actively, I think he's in the top 3 worst offensive threats in the league coming into this year. Is that's in there for strike, and it's now 0-2. But he's having a decent offensive season. Again, out of necessity, he has to play. Kiwoom is very good at drafting, very good at developing players and then giving them off to other teams. As that is slapped into the netting above the dugout, and it stays 0-2. Have to think this is the last inning for Davison as long as he can get through it. I think if he gives up 1 run, that they're going to go ahead and replace him, sitting at 92 pitches. Pitch number 93 coming as they set up on the inside corner. And it's slapped foul again as it leaks right over middle. I would say I would say they're the Tampa Bay Rays of Korea. Yeah. I would 100% say the Tampa Bay Rays of Korea. They are a new team that doesn't have very many fans. They play in a dome. They're great at scouting. They're great at developing players and then sending them off. They don't have a big payroll. Yeah, they are the Tampa Bay Rays of the KBO. Jung Chul Wan warming up in the Lotte bullpen. And here comes the 0-2. That's going to be a chopper back to the pitcher. He goes to second base, grabs it, throws to first in time. And everybody loves a 1-4-3 double play. Just like you asked for, ladies and gentlemen, just like you asked for. That will be two away in Wansung June. Go Sung Min, what are you doing taking that though? Why is Go Sung Min taking that double play? That is the shortstop all day going towards the bag. As here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball, but it's foul, and it's 1-1. Wan Sung Jun 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts himself. 250 now on this season. Kiwoom is just so young. So young. And the 1-1 pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-1. 98 pitches now for Davison. And we'll see if he gets to the magic red numbers. The magic red numbers. And here comes the 2-1. That misses low, and it's 3-1. Here we go. Superstar production coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And the 3-1 pitch, it's going to be lifted into left field. That will do it. That'll end the 7th inning. Pitch number 100 on the day is out number 3 in the 7th inning. He gets himself a quality start plus. We'll go to the 8th. It's 3-0. Lotte. Lotte. 0 for 4 on the day for Kiwoom in with runners on base. 0 for 4. Nah. Oh, he got injured. He got injured. Yeah, he got injured, and then they signed Ronnie Dawson. Ronnie Dawson played awesome. He was an absolute fan favorite. He actually was doing like videos with K-pop stars and the cheerleaders. Like he was having a fantastic time. Nick's still in here. Like last year, I think 7, 8, 9 of us foreigners went together to a game and against Kiwoom, and he was out there dancing, doing the little Chegon Hanghwa air humping. So yeah. Yes, Mary Kate. That's like Mary Kate's Beetlejuice. If I say it 3 times, she appears. All right, so Osok Du steps in now, top of the 8th here. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. So Na Sung Yup will get the Jun Saw over in short for Oh Sung Jin, and there we go. There we go. I think it's all now. And that's going to be a ground ball. First baseman grabs it, tosses it to the pitcher, steps on the bag, and that is 1 away. I love it. Get this game over with. Get to the weekend. 네, 나중에 제 방송, 재방송 보면, 동영상 보면 한국어 더빙 있어요. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Yoon Dong-hee is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Just one out, sorry there. All right, here comes the 1-1 pitch. I think he's got 4. There he does. 0 for 3 on the day for Yoon Dong-hee. And that misses low, 2-1. Popped up to the third baseman in foul territory in his first at bats with the bases runners on first and second. And then reached on an air, and then a fly out to left in his last at bats. That's ball 3, and it's 3-1. Who's their second baseman? Jung Jun Wan, as that misses in the dirts, and that will be ball 4. Yoon Dong-hee makes his way onto the bases for the first time. Well, I guess second time today. Sorry about that. He did reach on an air. We've got a runner on first with 1 out. So the Kate would be Jong Jun Wan. KT has had some injuries on this season. Yoon Dong-hee will come out. Surprising here. Touches the bag as Jang Do-sung will take over. Oh, I guess I'm actually surprised at this. Jang Do-sung takes over as I figured he would take over for Jun Janu. Jang Do-sung, I believe. Check on his name here. Jang Do-sung. Is that right? Yes, Jang Do-sung. Not Jongju, Jongdu. I can't type in Korean today. There we go. And first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh, Sono Young, 0 for 3 on the day, or sorry, 1 for 3 on the day. A single in his first at bats to load the bases in the first inning, then a 5-4-3 inning a double play with runners on the corner, and then a 5-3 ground out in his last at bat. He checks over at first, slides back in, and it's gonna be an 0-1 count if he ever decides to throw the ball, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, it gets away. But nope, I guess he got a piece of it, and that will make it Jang Do-sung head back to first base. It's a 3-1 game, a 3-0 game, and a 3-1 game. Apparently, the old threes be a little wild today. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Another check. Lotte cheerleaders got their golf attire on. They're ready for the weekend. Live Golf is in Korea. They start tomorrow. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Way outside, 1-2. You can go check out some Live Golf on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then you can also hang out for the G Dragon concert afterwards. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss is the gonna steal a bag, and that will be 2 away. Ball got away on the swing and a miss, but he decides to steal a bag. And that brings up Jun Janu, who is looked to try to give them a little insurance run. And that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jun Janu, 1 for 3 on the day. He fouled out to the third baseman in his first inning, doubled in runs scored in the fourth, and a strikeout in his last at bats. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just catches the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch, top of the eighth, 2 outs, a runner on a second. And in the dirt, it gets away, but he does not go, and it's going to be 1-2 now. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Nailin Jamshimanu, as that is fouled away. Nailin. 내일 두산대 샘성. 근데 채널에서 포스트 가면 근데 중계 방송 예정 볼 수 있어요. As that is going to be a ground ball past the shortstop. He will come around to score, and he's standing up with the 1 out or the 2 outs RBI single from the Capitan, and that's will put Lotte up 4-0. Gotta love when you get a your captain coming through way down in the bottom of the order. That brings up the number 9 hitter, the number 8 hitter. As Jun Janu will get himself a pinch runner. Who is going to run? Yeah, since Reyes is as Iho Jun steps in and looks at a ball 1 up high, and it's 1-0. So Kim, who's running? Kim something. And he goes and easily steals the bag, and he's going to be on third. Is a error by the Kiwoom catcher, and now you've got a runner over on third base. A wild pitch will score another one. So I'm still trying to find out who it is. Kim Dong-hyuk. All right, there we go. Kim Dong Hyuk is the man on the wheels, and that misses up high, and it's a 2-1. 19 pitches for Oh Song Ju. Alrighty, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Again, you got a runner 90 feet away from making this a 5-0 game. And that is in there for a strike. A beautiful curveball breaks on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Oh, Yeho Jun 0 for 3 on the day. Strikeout looking in his first at bat. She is not happy. Is she crying? It's baseball. Come on. As that is popped up and foul. Stays 2-2. Was she crying? Okay. Because it looked like she had water like down in the bottom of her eyes. Maybe that's makeup. I don't know. I mean, if I was a Kiwoom fan, I would probably cry. As the swing and a miss way above his head, and that will end the inning. They leave another one on, but at this point, I don't think it really matters. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It is 4-0 Lotte. She is going to be on social media galore. 2 errors for Kiwoom. One more, and they can tie how many hits they have, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said in my preview, Kiwoom would be lucky to improve on last year. Last year they were a 403 winning percentage. And I said that this season they would be lucky to improve on that. I think they are a worse team than they were in previous years. Again, I still don't understand why Lotte lets Parado and De Jesus go. I just don't understand why they let those 2 guys go. If they're not going to re-sign them, okay, that's fine. But to let them be able to go to another team is just crazy. So Jung Cho Won comes in on the mound for Lotte. He's 565 0 or 9 holds, 2-1, 16 games, 14 and a third innings, 14 strikeouts, 7 walks, a 268 batting average against for the big righty. And here we go. The first pitch is in there for a strike, 2. Yeah, number 7 hitter. And that is ball 1 up high, 1-1. So Kim Dong Hun, 0 for 2 on the day, lined out to a diving third baseman in his last at bat. That's going to be a ground ball right to the third baseman. And that's going to be 1 away here in the 8th inning. A 5-3 ground out, a liner to the third baseman, and another 5-3 ground outs. Well, that is called a scouting report, ladies and gentlemen. As 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th, that brings up Song Ji-hoo. Song Ji-hoo got his first hit of his career in his last at bat. 1 for 2 on the season makes him 1 for 2 in 1 for 2 on the day, makes him 1 for 2 on the season as he fouls that one out of play. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the start of May, and he is hitting 500. 500 on the season, and it's May 1st. As that is fouled away, and it's 0-2 now. Where's Mary Kate? Her favorite thing about baseball. And the 0-2 way in the dirts. 1-2. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, throw it in the left-handed batter's box. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper. Pitcher off the mound, grabs it, throws, and that is 2 away. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Cheerleaders, cheerleaders, cheerleaders. All right, it's 2 away. Lee Hyung Jong will step up. I wonder if they're going to pinch hit for him here. I like that glove. I like that glove. Can we get another look at that glove? So the number 9 hitter, Lee Hyung Jong, 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to right in his first at bat, struck out in his second. So it looks it's a strike one there at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. Very that glove is amazing. A little dice on it. The pitcher for Lotte, look at it. He's got a 6.5 die on it. Jusawi. You see it there, Kenny?
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Royalty. As that's going to be a single into left field. And here comes the Kiwoom Heroes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, here come the Kiwoom Heroes. They once again get a single with 2 outs. Again, they are 0 for 4 on the day with runners on base. I guess. I don't know what sickbo means. All right, here comes the first pitch to Yeong-gyu. He is 0 for 2 on the day as he sits down as he watches the ball slam up against the back wall, but it's foul. Oh. Takes a seat to watch the ball bang off the shoulder of a fan. Okay. I have that uniform, except it's in maroon, not pink. All righty, here comes the 0-1 pitch. In there for strike, and he is not happy at himself for letting that fall in. 333 on the season for Kiwoom's player coach. I don't know. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's low. I feel like now I should just become a uniform collector. I don't know if I don't know if I have the money to be a uniform collector. Hats are a lot cheaper. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that's a win around, and that will end the 8th for Kiwoom. Once again, they get a runner on, and they immediately get outs. 0 for 5 now with runners on base. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's 4-0 Lotte. Kiwoom, though, 4 hits now, ladies and gentlemen. They've got 4 hits. I mean, that is bad. That real bad. They didn't. That's the crazy thing. They signed no one. That is exactly what I talked about. in my prediction. Mhm. Lotte improved to finish 5 games under 500, and you have to ask yourself, how do they improve this year? Barnes is back. Tucker Davidson will take over. He had good numbers. Okay. And then I say the reason why I don't have Lotte higher is because of their issues in the infield. Their middle infielders are a defensive liability, but they found a shortstop in the trade who just got injured. Yeah. And the most pressing issue from last year was the bullpen, and they didn't address the issues with the bullpen. So the outfield wall shortened. It may only get worse late in the game, is what I said last year. Or not last year, but for my preseason stuff. So Kiwoom now will have Kim Saw June out on the mound. I would have to think so. As Kim Saw June, 24.3 ERA, 2 games, 3 1/3 innings, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 556 batting average against. And that is in there for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Kiwoom all about scoring. There you go. Take their advice. They know more about this than I do. That is filed away. I don't know what any of those things you're saying actually mean anyway. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he goes around, and that is one away on a swing at a pitch in the other batter's box. One away now here in the top of the ninth. Will Lotte do anything as they flip the lineup back over to the top? Wong Sung Bin steps in. He is 1 for 3 on the day. A hit by pitch in his first at bat, a fly out to right, a single and an RBI. We've got another change here as the right fielder comes out and a new right fielder. I'm not going to change that because the right fielder just got out and he's not going to come up to bats. And so F9 and an F8 and also an RBI single, and that is ball 1 on the inside, 1-0. That's your backup catcher. I don't know what that means. I don't gamble. I have no idea what any of pluses and spread and all of that means. Somebody in this chat will tell you though. There you go. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Wong Sung Bin. And that's misses upstairs. 2-1. Bet 5 to win 550. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Way up high, and it's 3-1. Are they going to walk him and then put a runner on the bases to give Lotte a 5-0 lead? If that happens, yeah, lemon, ginger, and grapefruit highball, and that is going to be a walk. They've got run number 5 on the bases for those of you wondering. There was a big time where the apple cider beers were a big thing. I would say a few years ago. 276 on the season for Go Sung Min. He is a 1 for 3 on the day, doubling his first at bat, run scored. Does have a walk. Is Wong Sung Min easily steals that bag, and he will be hanging out at second base. He was almost sliding into the bag before the catcher even threw it. I don't know. Why even throw it? Like, you watched him slide before you threw the ball. And the 0-1 misses up high, 1-1. He's ripped his sock. He needs some new socks there. That's what I said. Kenny walks him to put him on. And the 1-1, that's going to be a slow grounder to the shortstop. He grabs it, throws, and that will be 2 away. Good thing it was a slow grounder because he ran to third on a ball in front of him, committing one of the most important or going against one of the most important rules in base running. Second only to don't make the first or last out at third base. All right, Reyes. And that's going to be a little bloop into center field. And just like that's it's 5-0 Lotte. Gotta love the KBO bullpens. That's what happens when you get hits with runners on base, Keo. You score runs. And that is why Kiwoom fans drink. All one. I think she needs another one. All righty, here comes the 1-0 pitch to Na Sung Yup, 1 for 4 on the day, and that is low 2-0. All right, the 2-0 pitch. A ripped foul, and it's going to stay at 2-1. I'm not a liquor guy. I'm a straight up just beer me. Hanwha plays Kia this weekend. As here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that's lifted left fielder going to the foul territory, but makes the catch. And that will be 3 away. But Lotte gets another one. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Kia needs to score 5 before they get 3 outs. Can they do it? No. Wasn't somebody earlier saying something about like 14 runs or something? Yeah. back in the day. All right, here we go. They'll have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Kiwoom. Obviously, they're going to bring somebody out here. Nope. Song Jae Young will come out onto the mound for Lotte. We will have a new pitcher, a new closer, or a new pitcher. Song Jae Young out on the mound. But only got 1 run charged to him though. All right, Song Sung Moon steps in. They've got to get 5 runs. Davison, 0 runs in his last, or 2 runs in his last 4 games total. As Go Sung Min will come out from second base, as that is inside 1. And no, is that No Sung Hyuk? Pak Sung. That's the old shortstop. And the 1-0 is popped up. Foul territory is the third baseman, and that is 1 away. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Cardenas. Song Sung Moon had a breakout season last year, but it's looking like it was just a fluke, not an actual coming out. As well, he's in the bullpen, Kenny. Of course he does. As that is up high, 1-0. Cardenas, 264 on the season, 1 for 3 today, a single, a 5-3 ground out, and a strikeout in his last at bats. And here comes the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. I wonder if him and Pak Seung get a discount, a 2-for-1 on the old goggles, as that is in the dirt, and it's 2-1. 2-1. Big pitch coming up here, the 2-1. And that is lifted up into the air. The might be trouble left fielder under and makes the catch as he kind of falls backwards. And that will be 2 away. Brings up Cheju Won. That was a. Uh-oh, Alan, what happened? Uh-oh, Alan. Did Kim Tae-yeon just give up a tying home run? As Cheju Won steps in now. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. That is ripped. Second baseman grabs it, throws to first, and that will be the end of the game. Lotte just dominates. Easy win for them. They get the sweep, and that will move them up to a tie with Hanwha. And yeah, tied for third with Hanwha. So yeah, I mean, you had to expect Lotte to sweep with a bullpen pitcher for Kiwoom, and Lotte having a foreigner on the mound. It's something you had to expect the Lotte to be able to easily win this game. And the way it started out, so the fact that it's only 5-0 says a lot. And Lotte started with a hit by pitch, a double, a walk to load the bases, RB or 2 RBI single by Reyes. So then pop fly loaded the bases again, and 2 more outs. But really, the story is Kiwoom had 5 base runners on the day. They went 0 for 5. After the so 4 of the base runners were with 2 outs. They get a base runner, and then the next person gets out. The one that they had that wasn't was a leadoff single by Cheju Wan, which is immediately erased on a double play. So they had 5 base runners. They left 4 base runners on. Nobody for Kiwoom even made it to second base. It really wasn't much of a game at all. It was actually, I felt like it was way bigger than this 5-0 game. But I'd like everybody to look at the clock. I would like everybody to look at the clock, please. Lotte has finished a game in under 3 hours. They are also the first team to finish a game today. Labor Day. Lotte's like, hey guys, we got to finish this. It's a Labor Day. These people shouldn't be working. That's the only thing I can think of. But Davison pitched really well on the day. He has struggled with command a lot on the season. But only 1 walk today. 100 pitches, 7 innings, 100 pitches. Only gave up 3 hits. Ended up walking 6. So really pitched well. For the starter for Kiwoom, Jo Young Gun, 3.2 innings, 67 pitches, gave up 6 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 3 runs. You have to be happy with that if you're Kiwoom. Honestly, you have to be happy with that. The way he started the first inning, 29 pitches and giving up 2 runs, but the rest of the time he pitched fairly well. Again, he's not a starter; he's a bullpen guy. So the fact that he did pitch that well, I think you've got to start him another game. Lotte should have jumped way on to him, but they were not able to. So Lotte gets the sweep. Kiwoom is not good. They're not good at all. They really, unless they have their number 1 draft pick pitching, or they have Rosenberg pitching, they really don't have a lot of chances to win games. Add on to that they have so many injuries already. This team doesn't have great starters anyway. So they, obviously their bullpen and their bench also isn't very good, and any injuries just pretty much puts this team out of reach. Their captain Song Sung Moon is not hitting well. He's hanging down at the 200 line on the season. Cardenas hit 100 in the month of April. Was 1 for 4 today, but Puig is out. Song Sung Moon hasn't hit well. Cardenas hasn't hit well since his hot start in March. Actually, he hasn't hit well since his wife had the baby. And then Puig is injured. There, Osung Jin. You have Osung Jin. As much of a fan favorite as he is, he's not a great shortstop, and he's not a good offensive player. He's batting 5th in the team, and he's in the top 3 in worst current offensive threats. I mean, he's not like number 5. He's worse than Hanwha's shortstop, as far as offensive production. Offensive short or Hanwha shortstop is fifth worst in active players. Osung Jin is actually, I believe, third worst. Maybe that changes after this year as Osung Jin is having a little bit better year. Kiwoom's catcher can't throw the ball. Their second baseman with an error. They're just an absolute mess. They're an absolute mess. Any team that doesn't sweep Kiwoom has to feel bad about themselves. Any team that gets loses a series to Kiwoom really needs to reevaluate what's happening in their life. So Lotte gets the win. Easy win, easy sweep for them. They'll move up and they'll be tied with Hanwha for third place, both sitting at 19 wins, 13 losses. Lotte has played one more game, but it was a tie. And the way the KBO works with games with ties is they pretend the game was never played. So they've played 33 games, but basically they eliminate that game, and it would be like they've only played 32 games instead of getting a half a win and a half a loss like a lot of other things. So Lotte will move up. They'll be tied for third with Hanwha, who wasn't playing today because of the rain. Otherwise, we would have been streaming that game. But elsewhere around the league, SSG ends up winning 4-1 against Samsung. So Song Young Jin gets will end up getting the win for SSG. SSG moving up. That actually will put Hanwha and Lotte tied for second in the league in May, ladies and gentlemen. They will be tied for second in the league going into Children's Weekend, which is ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. SSG will move up to number 6 in the league, and depending on what happens in the KT Doosan game, is again KT has a 2-game winning streak, but that's because they've been playing Doosan, and Doosan has a 2-game losing streak because they've been playing KT. So depending on how that works out, KT could will just be in 5th, and nothing that they can do. They'll be in 5th. Doosan will either be in 8th or 9th, depending on what happens with them. They should be in 8th. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow, I will be doing the Doosan versus a Samsung game. Then again, Saturday will be Hanwha versus Kia at 2:00. If they finish early, if they finish on time. No problem, man. Thank you for saying something, Blooper. Yeah. So yeah. And then so Saturday, Kia versus Hanwha. That is the 2:00 game. And then if that game finishes on time, I'll do the SSG versus LG game, and then Sunday will be SSG versus LG. It is called for rain on Saturday, early Saturday, so that Hanwha Kia game could either get canceled or might actually start late. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back. 11 innings this year, Alan. It was 12 innings last year. This year, now that they have the pitch clock, they've eliminated an inning. It'll just be 11, except for obviously the Korean series is still 15. So that's why actually Lotte and Kiwoom finished with, yesterday, Samsung and SSG ended up both scoring 2 runs in the 10th inning to make it 6-6, and then didn't score any in the 11th to end that game. So only 11 innings this year. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Korean time for Wait, why did I say that? Doosan and Samsung. So thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, until next time.